Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to the Farming Sim news from the week of the 13th of May till 19th of May. Yeah, here we got another announcement about the upcoming FarmCon. That was on Tuesday. And the most important point is here down there, because we can't only have a factory tour, but we can operate real machine. So I don't know whether all the 1,000 people who come to the FarmCon can drive a tractor, but some of us may drive a real tractor, and I find this really exciting. And I think you are not from Germany, therefore it would be a long journey to travel, but I know some of you will come. Here we see Farmer Cop and FarmSim guy from America and from Great Britain, and they will come to the FarmCon again, and also DJ Graham and lots of other awesome people from America and from England and from other countries, and maybe you would come too. This would be awesome because the FarmCon is really such an awesome event. If you are interested in FarmSim related stuff, and maybe you want to meet people of the FarmSim community, this is really a good occasion. Okay, it's at July the 1st and 2nd in the south of Germany, and maybe you could drive a tractor. Yeah, and then on Wednesday we didn't had community spotlight this week, but community multiplayer event. This was with Kermit for sure, and with Baxter. She's working for Nitrado, a server company, gaming server company, and they had this live stream together, and it was somehow sponsored by Nitrado, this event. And yeah, Kermit had to roll the grass field, and you see it's quite a lot of work for him. Yeah, and then we had a press release, and yes, there are press releases from giants, and I didn't know this before. I only look at the blog area, but they have on their Giant Software website, they have an area with press releases, and sometimes there we get other informations or more in a little bit different direction to what is told on the blog site. So if you're really into getting news about FarmSim, then you could go there too. I'll provide a link in the description below about this press area. And they wrote something about the FarmCon, and in this case it is not really so much new, but yeah, a little bit told us in a different way somehow. So it's here they tell us some aspects, some presentations that we will have at the FarmCon, but I guess this is not yet all. There will be more, I guess. And so it's about 15 years of farming simulator. This is also about the FarmCon, I forgot to mention. And yeah, they will tell us about the new expansion pack that will come out. I hope we will get a first trailer or teaser also before the FarmCon. And if you can't come to the FarmCon, you will get all the information that is presented at the FarmCon. You will get everything through the internet in the one or other way. I don't know whether they will make English language live streams again like last year. I don't have any information about this, but don't worry, you will get to know which kind of new expansion we will get, and they will show us the new map for this upcoming expansion pack, and you will get to know this preview of the new map as well, so you don't need to worry. And yeah, this is an interesting aspect that makes me curious. They are publishing news, a roundup of recent and upcoming projects by Giant Software. And this will be presented by Boris, this is the head of publishing. And Lizartan, the head of the community department, said this will be the most interesting part of all these presentations. And as I myself find the new map and the new expansion most interesting, and everything about modding too, then I think, oh, if this upcoming project is even more interesting, what will that be? So I'm very, very curious about what Boris has to tell us. And don't worry again, you will get to know everything that is told at the FarmCon. And we get presentation about the production pipeline from pre-production to delivering a final product, and this will be described by Kenneth Burgess, who we see at every FarmCon somehow and in a lot of live streams. And so yeah, one of the long time developer, and here they say he is a publishing coordinator. Yeah, and we get a presentation about modding with Blender from Stefan Maurus, whom we see in most presentations too. Yeah, so the FarmCon news are getting hotter and hotter somehow. It's only 6 weeks and then we will have the FarmCon. Yeah, and on Friday we got the last fact sheets for FS23, and this was a class combine harvester, the Trion 750 and the Massey Ferguson. And yeah, someone of you made me aware that I haven't recognized the right sewing machine. So I was praising the sewing machine a lot, and this is a different one, but similar. Yeah, and the praise of the other sewing machine is valid anyhow, so this doesn't change anything. And then we have a look at the Modhub of this week, and we didn't got very much mods as in the last weeks. I think again due to testing of the FS23 and maybe already the next upcoming DLC for FS22, and therefore we have to be a little bit more patient. And we didn't got mods every day, but we got mods, and we even got 2 maps. We will have a little bit of a closer look at the maps and on 2 other mods that came out. I always pick some mods that I find most interesting of the week, and we have a closer look at them. And maybe you have other mods that you find most interesting. So this is just a personal choice from me, and it doesn't mean that those are the best mods. Okay, those are the mods of Friday, and yeah, it is good. We got quite some mods on Friday again, and that keeps us busy at the weekend. And as you can see, again, lots of updates. And yeah, I think the amount of updates is natural due to the fact that we are in the middle of the FS22 time, and there are already such a lot of mods out there, and therefore not so many new mods come out, and all those thousands of mods need updates from time to time, and therefore we have a lot of updates. And here we had some small mods, new ones. Here is a trailer and yeah, something like subsoiler or cultivator. No, not here. Here we want to go. So nothing very exciting, or in my point of view, and more updates. And that was the beginning of the week. We have this really funny fertilizer spreader here, for example, and fire brigade car, wooden sheds, and then there is the other map. Yes, it's here. So this is the other map. It's East Groningen. And a very old looking barn. It really looks old and nice. So let's have a look on the maps. This is East Groningen. This is from the Netherlands, with 3 small villages and 163 fields. This is really a lot. It's a map for all platforms, and so standard sized. I guess the fields are rather small, and you have a bunch of required mods, really a lot of them, most of them from Normandy. He made quite some packs with Northern Germany or Northern Central Europe houses, and yeah, people who make maps of this area like to include the buildings of Normandy, but this is really a lot. So you see it here. And here you can see all the fields. Yeah, I think this is a perfect map for people who like to have a lot of fields, who prefer smaller fields, and they are more or less helper friendly, so most of them rectangular. And the area will be rather flat, I guess, because the area is flat in reality. So this is East Groningen, and then we have Green Gold Farm. This is a Brazilian map without any required mods, and here we already see the PDA. It has bigger fields, and they are, yeah, like so, they look like rectangular, but when you have a look at the PDA, they are not so rectangular. And I think this is really realistic, because it is similar like where I live. The fields, they look as, when I drive there with my bike, they all look like square fields somehow. But then when you have a closer look, the road is slightly curved and the field goes along the the road. So they try to make the fields as squarey as possible, but then there is nature and roads and so, and then they have to be a little bit curvy here and then there, and like so they can't be straight. And I think those field shapes are rather realistic. Yeah, and it looks like soft rolling hills. Yeah, I would say whoever likes Brazilian maps with not so much mountains, more rolling hills and medium-sized fields could try this map. It looks beautiful from the images here. And then we got a really funny pack today. I would call it funny. Maybe others say, oh, it's genius. And so it depends on your personal taste, but yeah, I think it's genius too somehow. So you have very, very micro tractors somehow, very, very small, only with one set of wheels. And this is with the trailer, and you can configure it from this small size, and there you can have people that drive with you, and here you can make it bigger and you can put more stuff inside, and as a driver you sit there on this trailer, and then you have nearly the same machine, but you stand and go and push it. And yeah, here with a spade machine, with a teensy tiny plow, it's just 0.4 meters width. And this is something like a cultivator, and this is a tiny mower. And here you can see, here he sits on this mowing part somehow, and I find this somehow really, really funny and interesting, because those machines are not very expensive. They cost the one with one costs 12,000 and the other 13,500, and you can make it stronger up to 50 horsepower. And then they have machines that work with this. And here you can see the guy who is sitting there. It is so awesome. And I know real people who have those machines, and they have very, very tiny farm, or not really a farm, but let's say maybe one or two small fields or a huge garden. Then they have tractors like that. So this is realistic somehow. And if it would have a sowing machine and maybe a fertilizer spreader, I would be tempted to play on a map with small fields for sure, with this equipment, because somehow it's hilarious, it's awesome. Yeah, so I think this is the most interesting mod in my point of view of this week. And then we have Pellet and Bale storage, and this is made by Doodoo, and this is the first mod in Modhub by Doodoo, and I can only say congratulations to the first Modhub mod. Yeah, this Pellet and Bale storage comes in two versions, without wooden walls, so open, and the other one with wooden walls. Yeah, and it is Bale pellet storage like the base game stuff. And it's always a very big step for someone to bring their first mod to Modhub, and therefore it's a really awesome thing. Okay, and now let's have a look on what I made this week. And here you can see my upcoming windmill pack in 4 variations of windmills and in 4 variations of a hut. The original windmill is from Ravenport from FS19. I converted it with new textures, and this is a decorative version with millstones inside. And here we have electric generator. You can earn money with this. This is a selling station for grain, and this is a production for producing flour out of your grain. And then when you remove the top stuff, you get a hut, a nice and rustic hut. Here it is empty as a decorative hut, and with furniture very, very rustic, with the same textures than the hut itself, and therefore it has only very few slots, like 5 slots, and the same as a holiday home for earning money and as a farmhouse. Yeah, it will come to Modhub for all platforms hopefully soon. Yeah, that's the main thing I modded this week, and also I prepared things for my 2 maps, for the map Wunzig and the Marigold Farm, to decorate shops and production buildings. And in the moment there is not much to see, and therefore I will show you as soon as I have something worth showing. Okay, I wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.